Well, good morning and happy Monday. Look at that. I got the day right today. I, no promises as we get into Thursday. It all blends together after a while. So, welcome, welcome. Hope you had a great weekend. We're going to touch a little bit about inventory and demand. Is demand really strong? Is demand weak? And if it's weak, how come prices aren't coming down? So, we're going to take a little look at that this morning. Right now, we have 4,880 homes that are available today, and we had 4,004 hit the market over the past 7 days. 4,147 of them got gobbled up, so no relief in sight anytime soon. And that's been the story of the week. So how come when interest rates started to go up, and they're going down now, they're going down a little bit, but when they popped up, how come we didn't see demand, start to falter? And you're hearing people saying that the demand is really strong, but it really isn't. I mean, we've been staying at about 4,000 homes going under contract, with the exception of the holidays. November, December went down to about 2,900, but that number's been the same. What's happening is they just can't find anything. So there's a whole lot of, there's a smaller number of buyers out there all crowding to get that roll of toilet paper, just to kind of share that with you. And here's where we're at now. As you see, the existing home sales, see this little tiny dip right here? And existing home inventory is down. We have a dip because they can't find anything. So you got existing home sales went down. This is nationally. Almost, little about 6.8 million down to about 6 million. But existing home prices have gone up. So when you start hearing numbers that say that home sales are going down, that's not really indicative of saying, oh, here we go, we're going to have a crash. Here's lumber prices through the roof. This is encouraging here. This is our April-friendly trend in rates. Rates are headed down for the month of April. This was ugly March. As we look ahead, here's a chart that says if things go well for COVID and the economy, you can expect rates to start to go back up again. If there's a mixed bag of information in the economy, we're just going to kind of slumber right along here. And if things go poorly for the economy, then rates will go down. How high could rates go? If you're an analyst, looks like here the Treasury yield could go up to about 10.4. I don't know how that equates into the actual interest rate, the mortgage rate. And remember, that's always going to vary from person to person. That's why we always kid, Pat, what's your rate? So when you're out looking for rates, remember that it changes every day, and it changes with every lender that you go to. So do your due diligence and ask the hard questions. How much does it cost me to get that rate? That's important to know. Now, the Cromford Index kind of weighed in a little bit this morning, the Cromford report. And they said many commentators continue to ascribe the current rapid appreciation rates to high demand. There isn't high demand. There's normal demand and extremely low inventory. So as we look at numbers, they conclude and say, however, between you and me, we need to keep an eye on the supply, and we can ignore what demand is doing. It is irrelevant until supply rises to more normal levels, and the majority of homes are no longer getting multiple offers. So that's why I keep saying every week, we have to look at inventory. There are all kinds of reasons why inventory can go up and come down. And for you crashers out there, if inventory goes way up, then maybe you'll see your crash. And what will make inventory go up? Well, right now, we have enough buyers out there to gobble up what's coming on a weekly basis. Our inventory has been increasing about 10% a week as far as homes coming on board, but they're getting gobbled up as soon as they come on. So we can't feed the demand for the inventory for the amount of demand that's out there, even though demand is normal. We have normal demand and just absolutely horrendous inventory. Now, when I read you a number of 4,800 homes on the market, that means condos, mobile homes, townhomes, patio homes. If you look at the single family home there's probably only about 1,800. So pretty rough up there. So just keep your eye on inventory. That's the only indicator that you're going to have that the housing market's going to change. And even if inventory is going up right now about 10% per week, it could take several months, if not years, to see normal. Lot of talk going on that this is probably going to hang in for another couple of years. Now, there's a lot of things going on out there. I'm going to take a little sip of coffee here for a second. You know, you're looking and seeing, well, what are the new tax proposals going to do? Well, keep in mind right now that a lot of tax proposals that you're seeing right now is just the White House floating some ideas. You know, they floated this idea of a huge capital gains increase, and also an increase in I'm having a brain fart here. In capital gains. So going from like 29% almost to as high as 39%, and yet it hasn't been formally proposed. So I think what happens is they just said, let's kind of leak this and see what the reaction is. Well, the market just tanked last week. So it's kind of weird if you start taxing and you start taxing capital gains and you raise it. A couple things could happen, especially in housing. You have a lot of investor-owned homes, and they're getting a good return on their rentals, with the exception of the people that are in a rent moratorium. A lot of these people that came in and bought homes in 2011 and 2012 after the crash did a really good job of helping getting our housing market back on board again. Remember, these homes were abandoned. Some people took out the air conditioners, they removed the copper, they just tore them to shreds. And these investors came in, bought them, fixed them up, made them available for rentals because a lot of people got crushed and could no longer qualify for a mortgage. Well, they haven't sold them because they've been able to raise the rent and been able to make money. Now, if they were to sell these, they would get hit with a capital gains tax. So right now it's about 29%. So now they're sitting around going, well, do we sell them now because we know we're going to take a huge tax hit later? And will that happen en masse? Will all of these people that own these rentals sell to avoid a huge tax hit? And will that increase inventory? It's a number to watch. And again, we'll know when we look at the inventory numbers. If all of a sudden that 8,800 pops to 10,000, we're going to go, okay, something's going on out there. I mean, the 4,800 pops to 10,000. But I think, and I'm no expert, but I think that the investors are just going to wait this out. So if there's a capital gains rate that gets raised, I think they're going to say, well, I'm just going to wait and see if we end up with a new Congress, and they pull it back down in 2022. Waterbug says, so far, cap gains tax has only been for $1 million incomes, very small part of the market. Yes and no. $1 million incomes, when you look at these large firms, these large investment places that own all of these rentals, that's a large part of the market. So they could be affected. So it's just something to watch. Now, I was showing some areas last week and up in the far West Valley, and I want to show you something out in the far East Valley. And I really like this area. I spent the day out there yesterday with one of my friends, Nancy. She likes to take pictures. She's from North Dakota, so we kind of tooled around out there. She's got a home out here in Gold Canyon. So you can see how far east it is. And it's a long haul if you're going to come into Phoenix. So great place to live if you're retired and you don't have to commute. And there's just some beautiful views and homes out here. Here's one on the golf course. And they're all out by the Superstition Mountains. And, they're priced nice. There's a nice golf course and country club out there. A lot of the homes have good views of the mountains behind them. And I've got some photos here. This is what it looks like when you're in Gold Canyon. This is a photo I took when we were out and about. Here's some goats. And we were on our way. When you're out there in Gold Canyon, you just go up the road a bit and you can get up to Canyon Lake. And it's a very cool place. This is down in Tortilla Flats. This is on the way. This is only 15 minutes from that neighborhood I was showing you. Same with here. And this was kind of some fun. I'll show you this. I was kind of chasing some goats with my drone. They like to eat these cactus. There's some food inside of them, so they kind of tear into them and eat them up. So I was flying around and not really chasing them. I just trying to get a better look at them. And it was hard for me because I have one of those little tiny drones, and I'm looking at it on my screen on my phone, and I couldn't even see these rams on my phone. So I just kind of flew where I thought they were, and I didn't know if I actually got any pictures of the rams until I got home. So it was fun. So I just wanted to share another neighborhood here in the valley. Sales are brisk out there as well, but because it's so far out east, you're not seeing the huge amount of bidding wars that are going on in a lot of the parts of the country. And I'm going to take a quick search here right now while we're on, and let's see exactly what's going on for this morning. If we look at active homes again, 4,800. So on Monday, the contracts start showing up. They start making them pending or under contract or contingent. So that number drops as the day goes by. Waterbog, large holders using a small cap gain tax increase pushing them to sell lots of properties? Question mark. There are many factors that go into this kind of a decision. Oh, I couldn't agree more. I just think it's a variable out there that might kind of show up. I'd like to see something happen that that shows us some inventory starting to hit the market. Right now, it's just really tough. Showed a home over the weekend. Not too many. I actually kind of took the day off yesterday, which was nice. I haven't had a Sunday where I haven't been out buzzing around in the car in a long time, so it was refreshing. And we'll continue to track the numbers all week, and hopefully when I'm on Wednesday, I will know that it's Wednesday. Until then, everybody, have a great start to the week.